Greetings everyone, my name is Greg. In this video I am going to set up for the live interview that I'm going to be doing in about 2 hours roughly with Mark Powers, the former director of Jews for Judaism. I was asked during a live show not too long ago if I would ever have Mark Powers on live. And I spoke with him earlier today and asked him if he would be interested in doing a live show, and he said he was willing. So he said about calling him tonight, because I said I wouldn't call after 10 unless it was already set up that it would be all right. And he said that would be fine. And I have made plans to talk to him tonight after 10 o'clock. That's why I set the live show to start at 10:30. Now, to set up for this, there are a few things that I wanted to point out that, as I've mentioned, I don't really care for Trump, but I think Trump was better than Hillary. And I know the Democrats have been butthurt over Trump ever since he got elected. But there's something that I want people to remember that Hillary had said, and you probably forgot. Look, the average Democrat voter is just plain stupid. They're easy to manipulate. That's the easy part. Hillary Clinton, as told to Dick Morris in Rewriting History 2005. She's playing you people. The idea that she would have been somehow a better president. Are you fucking kidding? She's as corrupt as the day is long. Now, Donald Trump is a total fucking idiot. However, that's not really what this is about. What this video is about is the aspect of, I don't even think Christians believe their own bullshit. Because they talk about how, and you see all kinds of shit, that the New World Order is the enemy of humanity. There's so much that is put out that the New World Order is so bad. And granted, from everything that I have heard about the idea of a global government, one world government type of thing, yeah, it wouldn't be exactly good for freedom. That being said, these Christians, if they actually believe their bullshit Bible, you would think that they would be in favor of a new world order. That they would be the ones going, yeah, do it. Not the ones saying, don't do it. Why? Well, here is something there Jesus, if he was actually the Messiah, he would have done. Isaiah 2:4. This is about the Messiah. And he shall judge among the nations, and he shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their sword. They shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. The Messiah was to end all war. It didn't happen. Right there, Jesus is not the Messiah. He didn't do this. And as Mark had said in an earlier interview, the idea that Christians have of, oh, he'll do that when he comes back. Then at that time, after he does this, then he could be the Messiah, as well as building the third temple and fulfilling all the criteria for Messiah. Till he does that, he's not the Messiah. Simple. It's plain and simple. But there is the aspect of this revelation shit. the idea that, well, it's actually not in Revelation that it's mentioned that I'm referring to. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And this goes on to talk about this man of sin, whatever he would be. But down here in verse 8, that, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and the brightness of his coming, and destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. It makes me wonder if Christians understand what the word after means. After. You know, not before, after. The live interview that I'm going to do with Mark Powers will be after this. It's not before it. So that raises the question that if this shit right here is pretty much saying there needs to be a one world government, well, the one world government type of thing comes in Revelation with this Revelation 13, this stupid shit that really is more Nero Caesar than anything. But if they actually believe that this mark of the beast and one world government is supposed to be, because one thing I can do is show you, because I know it was mentioned that there would be peace and so forth for 1 hour, that this New World Order would, okay, Revelation, talking about this beast coming out of the sea with 10 horns, 7 heads and 10 horns, which received no kingdom as of yet, but received power as the king 1 hour with the beast. That type of shit, that there has to be this one world government, this, to use the term New World Order, if there has to be this one world government in order to bring about this beast and Antichrist and all that happy shit, why the fuck would Christians be opposing a one world government? Because this beast and Antichrist and all this other shit can't happen until this one world government shit would be in place. And with all of the memes like this that are out there of this New World Order as the enemy of humanity, and all of the things that have been said about this New World Order and Illuminati and all this other happy bullshit, if they actually believe this shit is true, why, and that they believe their bullshit Bible, why the hell are they opposing it? Because it raises the question also. Christians say Judas is in hell type of thing. Think about this. Now, Jesus was a bullshit character. He didn't fulfill the criteria for Messiah. Put that aside for the moment. The thing is, according to Christian bullshit, Jesus had to be betrayed, crucified, and killed. So it raises the question, if Judas hadn't done what he did, how would Jesus have been killed? The truth of the matter is, in order for this Christian idea, plan of God, to be fulfilled, Judas had to do his part, which means he had to betray this Jesus. That being said, Christians also say that when Jesus died on the cross, Satan was defeated. Now let's stop and think about this. I understand thinking is not a strong suit for Christians. And common fucking sense is not a fucking strong suit. But let me ask you this, everybody. If you would be told that something happening would mean that you will lose. If X happens, that means you lose. Which are you going to be more inclined to do? Are you going to be inclined to make sure that happens? Or are you going to do everything in your power to make sure it never happens? I contend if it means you will lose if X happens, that you will do everything you can to make sure X never happens. That being said, why the fuck would Satan want Jesus crucified? If that in itself meant he's defeated for all time, beaten, why the hell would he be wanting that to happen? That's like a football team being told, yeah, if the other team scores a goal, you're going to lose. But then when the teams get on the field and the ball is hiked, the defense just moves out of the way and gives them a straight line to the goal line. Really? You think that's going to help you? What is your agenda? Are you trying to lose? That's what it makes me wonder. It's as if Christianity sets up this devil to be the biggest retard of all time, that the one thing that will bring about his defeat is the one thing that they say he was trying to bring about. What? Which side is this devil on? It makes no fucking sense. Because the truth of the matter is, Christianity is a crock of shit. But if these Christians actually believed their own bullshit, they would behave a hell of a lot differently. They would not be opposing this New World Order shit. They would not be trying to make sure this New World Order never happens. They would be there going, yeah, do it. Because to them, even though in their own twisted head, it would mean that there's going to be all this suffering and death and all this happy shit, they should know, if they believe their bullshit Bible, that all of this has to happen. There's also this idea of where it's mentioned, and I won't even pull that up, but the idea that with this mark of the Antichrist and delivered up type of shit, with these people that think they're going to be raptured out of here, it is written that there will be two witnesses killed in the street. Now, if all of these rapture Christians, this is what makes no fucking sense. If this rapture, you're going to be out of here before all this shit happens, who are the two witnesses? Are they atheists? And what are they witnessing if they're atheists? Are they Jews? What are they witnessing if they're Jews? How would you have anyone witnessing for Jesus if all of you jackasses are flying away? Plus, all of you Christian jackasses that want to run your mouth about being warriors for God and in the army of Jesus. You're wanting to say you're in an army, but before a battle, you want to tuck tail and run like a bunch of cowards. What the fuck kind of soldiers are you? What, you're the kind of soldiers that like to talk a big game before a battle, but then before there's a battle, you want to run like a pussy bitch? I'm sorry, Christians, that's not how being a soldier is. That's not what it means to be a soldier. I was in the military. They do training and they do drills, not to run like a pussy bitch. They do training and drills to be preparing for going to war, for being in combat. You don't do training and drills to run like a pussy bitch. Doesn't take any training or drills to run like a pussy bitch. And if you're going to try and act as if you're some kind of spiritual warrior, then don't be looking to run like a pussy bitch. Be ready to get in there and fight. Be willing to get in there and be willing to die for your shit. But the truth of the matter is, you fucking jackasses want to run like a pussy bitch because that's what you are. And I contend you know your shit's not real. You know no one's getting out. Short of people committing suicide en masse, which I'm not totally convinced won't happen. That I do feel if shit starts to hit the fan and things are looking bad, Christians may en masse look at it as they have to find an excuse that suicide is okay. Because the one thing they don't want is to have to actually take a stand for something. Because the truth of the matter is, Christianity is a house of cards in a windstorm. There is no reason to believe this bullshit. None. And I contend, even the most religious don't believe this shit. People like Joel Osteen, who has this mega church in Texas, when this hurricane hit, Hurricane Harvey, and there was massive flooding, until social media beat his ass, he closed that church. But when he opened it to people, and people were there worshiping this God shit, what did he do? Pass the collection plate. These people lost their houses. People lost everything. His first thing in his mind, give me your money. Give me money. Give me money. Joel Osteen, you're a fake. You're a fraud. I contend you don't even believe in this God. Because if you did, you wouldn't act like you are. You wouldn't behave the way you do. I contend none of these TV evangelists believe in a God. Or they, better said, they know there isn't one. They know this is a money racket. Because if they honestly believed in a God, do you think they would be more interested in having their millions and millions of dollars, their $1 million mansions? If they really believed the bullshit that they were saying, do you really think that they would have the interest in their millions, their having money? I contend they wouldn't. But the truth of the matter is, they know as well as I do, and as well as all atheists do, there is no God. There's no reason to believe there is a God. Everything that we see around us, even if there would be, sure as fuck don't give a damn about us. It doesn't care about what goes on in our world, in our day-to-day lives. Because if it would fucking do something. But it doesn't do a damn thing. So it either doesn't exist or doesn't care. Either way, it doesn't matter. The truth of the matter is, people like Joel Osteen, I'd say the majority of Christians, if not all of them, know this is bullshit. And they don't want this end of the world bullshit to happen. Because if they did, they wouldn't be trying to oppose like the New World Order. Because that would be the biggest, here's our golden ticket. Here's our way to bring about everything in our stupid book. Our stupid book says these things have to happen in order for Jesus to come back. Well, if you're trying to do everything you can to prevent those things from happening, then you really don't want your Jesus to come back. It's that simple. Because if you want something to happen, you're going to do everything in your power to make sure that the things happen that have to for what you want to happen. But if you don't want it to happen, you'll do everything in your power to make sure that the things that will bring about that happening don't happen. And that's what we're seeing. It's like if you would be told, if you do ABC and you'll be a millionaire, are you going to do everything but ABC? If you want to be a millionaire, no, you won't. You would do those right now. You would be gung-ho to let's get them done. Let's do it all. Let's get them done real fast. But Christians don't do that. They're doing the exact opposite, which means they must not believe that this is going to happen. And that is my contention, that they know it's bullshit. But feel free to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Later, people, and feel free to have your questions tonight for Mark at 10:30. Talk to you later.